Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you something that I only recently learned how to use, which is clipping. I'll be showing you how to do it on Medibang Paint, although I did learn it in Abyss, but it follows the same rules and I've already looked through here. So for those of you who don't know, clipping is essentially like using the Protect Alpha. And if you're unsure on what Protect Alpha is, and I will show you quickly, it is essentially where you can only draw inside whatever is on the layer that you've selected as the Protect Alpha. You cannot draw anywhere that it hasn't been drawn, so it's like a bit of a colouring in tool. Clipping essentially does this, but on separate layers, which is really useful for doing things like texturing. So for example, let's say that we wanted to clip this layer that we have here. We're going to make a colour layer above it, and then click Clipping right here. You can have it on whatever blend mode or opacity you want, but the great thing about this is that because it is a separate layer, that means that you can do other things on there and you don't have to worry about it messing up, because you can always just clear off the layer and still have your original piece of line or the area that you want to texture already there, since they are different layers. So just use whatever color you want really, or whatever brush or anything else, and you will see that on this new layer that we have made for clipping, it only goes inside the clipped area. The great thing about clipping is that you can have multiple layers clipped to one thing. So for example, if I was doing this as a colored space, and then this was the dark shadowy bits of the shading, then I could also clip this layer up here and do the light parts of the shading. And they will be in totally different layers, so I can change the blender modes if I wanted to, and it's just really useful in my opinion. I'll definitely be doing more videos on clipping in the future because I have found that it is really great as a feature. You can keep clipping for as many layers as you want as far as I know, and there is no real limit to it, which I think is really neat. Then if you want to unclip something, just untake it, but be warned that with Medibang especially, it will go outside the lines and it will be completely different now that it is not clipped. Another thing to note is that clipped layers can have any blending mode. So for example, let's throw it on Multiply, which is a blending mode often used for shading. And you will see that the blending modes work here on clipping too, which is really neat because, as I said before, that makes shading really easy. You can also set effects on these just like with any other layer, so you can blur them if you want. And going again, let's say that you wanted to do the light parts of the shading, you could clip it here and just put it on the add mode and just do whatever you needed to do. I personally really love the clipping feature, and I'll be using it more often in drawings now. So that is how you use clipping. Again, to unclip, you just need to untick it right here, and it will be unclipped. Personally, I would recommend, if you're in Medibang, creating folders for the amount of things that you want to clip, because if you're going to layer over with many layers all clipped onto one base layer, then it would be helpful to have them in a folder so that it doesn't get as cluttered. Thank you very much for watching, I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, maybe consider supporting. Bye!